What is political science? Political science is the analytical study of government's political processes and public policies. A political science degree will expand your knowledge of politics and government in the United States and around the world. You will gain strategic thinking skills that maximize organizational and personal goals. Political science at North Carolina State University. Political science is part of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences here at NC State. It specifically falls under the Social Sciences Department.
NC State politics concentrations. There are four main ones. American politics, where you build knowledge on, obviously, American politics on the federal, state, and local levels. There's international politics, where you gain knowledge on political systems and how they work outside of the United States. There's law and justice, where you learn the basics of the political system and the judicial system in the United States. And public policy, where you build knowledge of public policy in science and technology, public administration, and social welfare.
All right, so American politics at NCSU, they have a lot of different courses, but some of them relate to the study of citizenship and representation. By representation, they're talking about legal representation, so the rights allotted to you, and also on public opinion and political behavior, and then also group dynamics, and this includes demographics and how those influence elections and political processes. And then we also have focuses on campaigns and pluralism. I'm not going to get into pluralism, but campaigns are pretty cool. And then we also have political institutions and the policy processes in the United States. This is encompassing of laws, how laws are sorted out, how laws are executed, and basically the political processes we know. We also have international politics at NCSU, and these focus more on the global issues like the diplomacy of politics, as well as national security, which is very encompassing diplomacy as well when you think about the United States' relations to North Korea, Russia, China, or other countries that can be hostile. And the international politics also focus on the economy and comparative political systems, such as how our political system compares to different countries around the world and how that can be reflected in the economy. And also the United States foreign policy, not just how we view other countries, but ultimately how we interact with them in order to remain a superpower, in order to remain in trade.
Okay, so law and justice at North Carolina State University. Some of the basics. Interested in gaining further education regarding topics including law school, law enforcement, like police officers, whatnot, and other professions in the world of law and justice. So another example could be working at United Nations. And study the interplay of law and politics of the United States and other countries is just basically how the US and our policies interact and affect other countries and their politics. And then the judicial process, the role of lawyers and judges, and understanding constitutional law.
So public policy in NCSU prepares students for careers not only in public administration, but also social welfare. So they work with the implementation and evaluation of public policy at the international, national, state, and local levels.
There are multiple career opportunities that you can have as a political science major and graduate. Some of which include teaching. You could work at a university, private school, and teach political science. You can work in a criminal justice agency and work with lawyers, judges, and put criminals behind bars. You could work in state or local or federal government levels, just be government officials and whatnot. Or you could go into journalism and write your own research paper, book, blog, you name it. Some of the interesting classes in political science that you can take include PS 307, which is the Intro to Criminal Law in the U.S.
That would be the criminal law in the U.S. and classification of criminal acts and the types of offenses committed. Next would be PS 560, talking about nuclear non-proliferation policy and process.
Which is basically just preventing the spread of nukes across the globe. Next we have PS 303, which is race in U.S. politics.
Talking about race in American politics, emphasizing on African American voting experience and civil rights. Next we would have PS 401, American political parties.
Basically just talking about our two-party system and how it prevents third parties from gaining power and gaining offices. Then we have PS 431, which is the United Nations and Global Order.
This is basically just the role of the United Nations and how they address global issues. Next we would have PS 585, the constitutional and legal principles for police supervisors.
And this class focuses on restrictions on laws impacting police agencies.
The guy we decided to do a deeper dive on was Dr. Michael J. Struett. Dr. Michael J. Struett is the Associate Professor and Chair of Political Science at NCSU. He has a profession in Associate Professor of Political Science. His education is a PhD level in Political Science from the University of California at Irvine. He teaches classes in global governance and international organizations, international law, United Nations, and international relations theory. He has published 2 books in many academic journals.
One of Dr. Struett's research articles that we chose to focus on was the meaning of the International Criminal Court, and the ICC would establish criminal norms on a global scale, making them universal across the globe, obviously. So if you committed a crime in one country, it would be the same thing and have the same punishment in other countries. And it has the permanent authority to punish war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide. The ICC also has its jurisdiction would also be limited for a while because some states have yet to ratify it, and therefore the existence of the ICC serves as a warning that the age of impunity is coming.